So when you go to put the air to this thing, it is literally leaking its head off. You go to use it, you're not getting any nails coming out, or it doesn't have any power like this one here. So we need to get the head off of this thing with these 4 5mm Allen bolts right here. And as you can see, we've got some rubberized debris down in the cylinder right there, and it's also contaminated all over the place. That is coming from this head cap right here that has deteriorated itself. All right, so we're going to replace that. Now to get that off, go ahead and take the 3 5mm bolts from the top of the head right here. Once you get those loose, get the exhaust deflector out of the way, and the part should come out from the inside right there. Now here's our old part, totally useless, and here's our new part. This is the one we're going to go ahead and put in there. We want to clean the rest of that debris out of the head, and we're also going to replace that gasket as well. So I would get a razor blade and carefully scrape that old gasket out of there, being careful not to damage the aluminum surface or your fingers. And once you get that out of there, you can kind of clean up the rest of that with some steel wool. Now after you do that, I would take some brake clean and some compressed air and go ahead and clean that head up so that it's nice and spotless. We're going to go ahead and reuse the old head gasket as well. I did the same thing for the body there. I cleaned all the debris out of there. But now since it's kind of dry, we're going to go ahead and put some silicone grease around that cylinder to protect that O-ring. We don't want anything to happen to that O-ring once we put air to everything. Go ahead and massage it around in there, and that is ready to go. Now we're ready to put our new gasket on, being careful to align all the holes and make sure when you put the bolts through that all the holes line up through the gasket, and also make sure to put your new part on and orient it the right way. As you can see, the holes match up to the old holes in the cylinder head. Okay, go ahead and put your bolts back through. Like I said, being careful they're all going through the gasket, and go ahead and tighten that up. Now we're just going to use good and tight as our torque spec on that. I'm sure there's a torque spec around there somewhere, but I don't know what it is. There's what it should look like once you get all your parts in and cleaned up. Okay, so go ahead and put the cylinder head back on, and we're going to use good and tight on that too. Now I would go ahead and tighten that up in an X diagonal pattern, and just make sure to put a little bit of oil back in the gun before you put air to it. And here we go. Ah, good sign, no leaking. And she's working like a champ. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful. Thanks for watching.